Hello guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're back with another educational video for you guys. And today we'll see how to avoid stop loss hunting. So in the previous video we saw how to avoid fake breakouts, which is one very feared which is a very feared factor when you take in a trade for any trader. A fake breakout, when a stock actually breaks out of your pattern and then comes back in. So this is called a fake breakout. But then what is stop loss hunting? So this stop loss hunting is another very important factor which plays a crucial role in our accuracies, and which messes up our trading messes up our trading plan, right? So suppose you have identified a support level here and price has come down and is showing good good signs of reversal. So it has formed some let's say a double bottom pattern, and it has broken out and it forms a good reversal pattern. So now you enter your trade here, and naturally your stop loss is right below these right below the resistance support levels. So suppose this is the support level, this is where price took support. Your stop loss would naturally be you would give some space to the price to move, and then that is where you would place your stop loss. But what happens very frequently is that price comes even after giving a breakout, this fake breakout or a fake out turns back in, comes within your range, hits your stop loss, and then immediately reverses and goes up. This is a very common phenomenon, very common phenomenon. So in the previous video we discussed how to avoid these fake breakouts, and now we will be discussing, if we are stuck in a fake breakout, how do we address this problem of stop loss hunting, basically stock price hitting our stop loss and then reversing from there itself. How do we avoid this situation? So for this situation we will be using an indicator. It is called an ATR indicator. So first let us look at what ATR indicator is. So ATR stands for average true range. It is a volatility indicator that shows how much an asset moves on average during a given period of time. So in an ATR indicator, you enter a number 10 or 20 or 30, and then it shows how much it has moved on average in the past 10 trading sessions, 20 trading sessions, or 30 trading sessions. So this indicator can help day traders to determine the placement of stop loss orders for stop losses. So how do you implement this and how do you use this? So I have a few charts for you guys. So now let's go into the charts, and I will be able to explain it to you better if we go through the charts. Now first, how do I add this indicator? I go here, average true range, there it is, and then I tweak this a little. So I go into the settings. Let me change the color first. Okay, I tweak the inputs a little. This is up to personal preference, you can change it, but make sure your smoothing is SMA, and length you can keep it 10, 20, or it's up to you what works for you, right? But 20 works for me, so I maintain it at 20. Now suppose I'm observing this on the weekly charts of HDFC Bank. Now I have clearly established that this is a support region for the bank, for the price. So price is moving in this and taking support at this level. Now I have observed on the weekly time frame, this candle is a reversal, a bullish hammer pattern, right? So I decide to enter here after I have observed the bullish pattern, bullish hammer pattern right at the support level. So I anticipate a reversal and I place my order, buy order, right? So now this is a simple trade. Now my stop loss would generally be, I'll observe these levels here, these wicks formation here. Now this was the lowest wick, and it was around, you can see which level, about 470. So I would place my stop loss just below this level, and then I would expect targets of 1:2, 1:3, whatever, right? Now what happened here? Price did reverse from our point. It did not hit our target, because if these were our targets, our risk to reward would have been 1.5, which are relatively less, but still they are good. I'm not saying bad. I'm saying if you have higher targets of 1.2 or 1. Whatever, this wouldn't have been hit. Your targets wouldn't have been hit. Price reversed, and then you got stop loss hunted. This is a classic example of stop loss hunted. Price wicks you out. There are wick formations. Price doesn't even close at your stop loss. It just comes, hits, and reverses from that exact same point. So how do you avoid this? Now to avoid this, the obvious solution is to widen our stop loss by a bit. By how much? Now you need a logic. By how much do you need to widen? Already we have widened our stop loss and placed it below the wick. How much more do I widen my stop loss? So for this, if we see logically with an indicator, now here this lowest wick we observed at 470. Now to this 470, I will see what my ATR value is at. Now ATR value, this was the day I bought, this was the candle I observed and I took the entry, and my ATR level is 21.66. Let's say it's around 20 on that day. So from this low of 470, I will give the stock 470 minus 20, which is 450. I will give it more 20 points more room for it to move. So you can see that once I give it some more room of just 20 points, remember we are on a weekly time frame. So on a weekly time frame, obviously you'll have high ATR values. So 20, and clearly if I'm trading here, my time frame is from September till October of the next year. So this is almost 1 year. So I just tweaked my stop loss and extended it by 20 rupees, 20 points, and I turned a losing trade into a winner, as you can see. So this is one way you can avoid getting stop loss hunted and stay in the markets, stay in the trade for longer. Now let us look at one more example, Kotak Bank. So this will be on the daily time frame only. Now Kotak Bank. So here, right here, this is happening right now. What happened here? Now I have observed that price is forming wicks in these areas and it is taking support, right? So after this happened, right here, price formed a bullish engulfing pattern, these two candlesticks. This is a bullish engulfing pattern, reversal pattern. So when a bullish engulfing pattern is formed on the support level, suppose I go long, thinking that price will now show momentum. Now my obvious stop loss, would be below these wicks, right? Below these two wicks formed. And you can see clearly the very next day or 3-4 days later, my stop loss is set. Now how do I avoid this stop loss hunting here? So now here my usual stop loss was at 1706, let's call it 1700 level. Now at this candle where I took entry, my 20 SMA is 52. I extend my stop loss by just 50 points, let's say 1700 to 1650. Now again you can see I have turned a potential losing trade into I have turned a definite losing trade into a potential winning trade. Now my targets are probably here. Now I have a chance of getting a winning trade at 1.92 risk to reward ratio. If I would have taken here, I definitely had a better risk to reward of 3.6, but it failed, right? So I would rather have a trade with higher possibility, a much higher possibility and a lesser risk to reward than a trade which is bound to fail almost, right? So even if I went by this logic of this being the support and I place my stop loss right below these wicks also, I got stop loss 100. So this is another classical example of how you can use ATR to avoid getting stop loss hunted. Now another example, Mahindra and Mahindra Finance. It's right here. So you can see here, I've already placed it. I'll show it to you guys again. Now here I have seen that price is taking support from these levels. So this was a crucial level for me, and now I have observed a reversal pattern here, this 3 candlestick pattern, which is an evening star. So now I anticipate a reversal in the price and I anticipate an uptrend. So I took a buy order here. Now my stop loss will obviously be, I will give it some gap and then place it below these wicks, right? You can see that price came down, hit my stop loss, moved a little further and then reversed again, and you can see the movement after that. So how do I avoid this stop loss hunting? Again, same thing, my ATR value right here, the ATR value is displayed on the left here. So if I place my mouse pointer on the candlestick, you can see that ATR value is about 5.8 to 6. So now 122 was my let's say stop loss here. Now I tweak it by 6, increase it by 6. 122 minus 6, that's what, 116, right? Now 116. Can you see how beautifully I have avoided the stop loss? And then if I held on to this, then the sky is the limit, right? So I have turned a definite loser into a very good winner. So again, this comes in handy here. So this increases your stop loss. Yes, definitely it does. But then increases your probabilities even higher, so that in the end, when you are seeing your risk to reward and your accuracy, this will definitely be better than the one with higher risk to rewards and lower accuracies. Now another example, let's say in Bajaj Auto. Here, so suppose I have seen that, again, say I'm taking a similar examples. This was the support region, resistance region turned into support, and I have seen that 2 days in a row price has shown good momentum on the upside, and now I assume that price will continue its uptrend and movement upwards. So I take my buy order here, and my stop loss would obviously be below this support level. This was the support level, so I will give it some space and keep it below its support level. And now my targets, 1:2, 1:3, whatever. I don't have the targets in mind yet. So what happens here? You can see price hit our stop loss. Price moved into profits once, hit this resistance, came down all the way back exactly till our stop loss, stayed at our stop loss, did not turn into a downtrend yet, just stayed at our stop loss and took a bounce from there only. So what do we do here? Same exact thing. ATR value here is 77. Let's say 80. I'm making approximations here, 2 to 3 rupees. Doesn't make much of a difference. Let's say 80. Now here my stop loss is 2880. Now let's say even this is 2880 only. So now 2880 minus 80. What is that? 2800. Now if I change my stop loss to 2800, you can see that I clearly avoided this stop loss hunting. I avoided it twice, not just once. And then after avoiding it twice, you can see what happened to the price. So again, a losing trade, a bad loser to a great winner, a multi-bagger, to be honest. Look at the price movement after that. So again, last example, I'll go for Bajaj Finserv. If you look at Bajaj Finserv, again, very common. I'm showing you examples of when you take trades at support and resistance breakouts. You can do this for any logic. You can do this for pattern breakouts or whatever other trading strategies you use. But I'm using the most simple trading strategy, that is support and resistance breakouts. So you can see price broke through the resistance, came back to take support, retested it. A classic example, right? Breakout, retest, and then go back up. So you can see price broke out, retested, and showed good momentum again. Now I place my buy order right at the closing of the momentum day. Right. Now my stop loss would be right below the resistance level, obviously support levels. So now support levels are here. My stop loss would be right around here, which obviously got hunted. Again, you can see exactly it hit our stop loss and then shot up. Now how do you avoid this? Again, same thing. ATR here is 276. My stop loss here is 5000. Now 5000 minus 270, if I do, how much is that? 4730. Now if I place my stop loss at 4730 instead, which is around these areas, see, I have avoided the stop loss again. So just by increasing my stop loss just a bit, I've turned a losing trade into a winning trade. So again, this is another example, and hope you guys can implement this and be profitable, increase your accuracy, and get where you want to get. So thank you very much. If you think this video helped you and will help you in the future while trading, please like and subscribe and comment down below. That's it for today. Thank you.